Hey guys, what is up? Today we are talking about some important documents that you're going to need if you're selling your home as a for sale by owner. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Alright guys, today we are talking paperwork, and when you're selling your home, it's important to remember that this is now can be a full-time job for you. It is very time consuming and it can be very overwhelming, because one of the things that makes it so overwhelming for a lot of people is the paperwork. There can be a lot of it, and if you don't know what you're looking at, or if you've never sold any homes before, it can seem very daunting, and you're really not sure if you're making the best decision, and you're not sure if you even have all the necessary documents that you need to protect yourself and the sale of your home. And if you have them ready to go and already filled out, and if you're familiar with them, how it can help you create more transparency as a for sale by owner and really increase your chances and improve your ability to sell your home as a for sale by owner for the most money possible. So today we're going to break down some of those documents that you're definitely going to need. And so let me first preface this by saying that we are talking about documents that are specific to the state of Florida. That's where myself and my team work. We're in the Central Florida area, so we're going to be talking about documents for the state of Florida. Some of these documents are very similar to documents you might need in other states, but I'm not I don't practice in those areas. I'm not licensed in those areas, so the best thing for you to do is consult with a real estate professional in your area or a local real estate attorney. If you don't know of a real estate professional in that area, shoot me a message, drop a comment, let me know. We work with a ton of phenomenal real estate agents across the country, and I'm more than happy to put you in touch with somebody that can help you with that. One thing I want to mention before we get started is that if this is your first time to our channel and you want to learn everything there is to know about how to successfully sell your home as a for sale by owner, then make sure you tap that subscribe button, ring that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the awesome information-packed videos that we're putting out to you guys almost on a weekly basis. Honestly guys, we are working with so many sellers and sellers that are reaching out to us who have questions, who need help, and we absolutely love it. So if you are thinking about selling your home and you're thinking about doing it as a for sale by owner, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, however you like to communicate. All right, we got your back when selling your home by owner. Let's get started. All right, so the first document that we are going to talk about today is the seller disclosure. The seller disclosure is a great tool for you as a home seller and for home buyers, and it helps you as a home seller create a lot of transparency. As a for sale by owner, one of the things that makes it such an uphill battle is that sometimes when you're doing a for sale by owner, that creates an automatic red flag for potential buyers and buyer agents, especially agents that don't have a lot of experience working with for sale by owners. The seller disclosure basically is an outline of the condition of your property, and Florida law specifically requires a seller of a home to disclose to the buyer all known facts that materially affect the value of the property being sold and that are not readily observable or known by the buyer. It says it right there in the very first sentence. So what that means is that it is the seller's obligation to disclose to that buyer of any known defects about the property that they may know of. And this seller disclosure is your way to put that out there to buyers and to buyer agents about the condition of your home. Generally, in a traditional listing, when a home is listed on the MLS, myself as a buyer agent can go on the MLS, I can view the home, and then I can also view the seller disclosure, because we as listing agents will put the home up on the MLS, and there's an attachments section where we can put a copy of the seller disclosures. And the reason that this is so important is that even though Florida, for example, is an as-is state, which means that you can sell the property in its condition that it's currently in, but the caveat to that is that you have to disclose any known defects about the property to the buyer, even if those defects are not readily observable. So one thing that's important to note about the property disclosure is that it gives you a don't know option. So if there's a question on there and you really don't know the answer to it, if there could be a potential problem, you have the option to put you don't know. It's also important to note that in the state of Florida, a real estate agent is not allowed to help you answer the questions on this seller disclosure. You as a home seller have to answer these questions by yourself without any sort of counseling or advisement from a real estate agent. It's a big no-no for us, where you can get into a lot of trouble for doing it and advising you on how to answer those questions. So I just want to let you know, like, this is just a guide and an introduction into what a seller disclosure is. I'm not telling you on how to answer it. I'm just letting you know what the different options are and what some of the different things mean in there if you have any questions about that. All right guys, the next document that we're going to talk about is the HOA rider, or the HOA disclosure. And this is is something that's going to apply to you if you live in a neighborhood or a subdivision that has a homeowners association or an HOA. The information that this document wants from you is just basically the name of the homeowners association and the contact info for the homeowners board or the point of contact for the HOA. It also has a line in there to put down what your current fees are for the HOA. The reason that you need this document is that you're obligated to let the buyer know that they are going to now be part of a homeowners association and that they will be obligated to pay any HOA fees that are due to them once they purchase the house and become a resident of that home and neighborhood. And again, this document is all about helping you create that transparency that you really want to promote to buyers and their agents out there as a for sale by owner. The last document that I'm going to talk about today is the lead-based paint disclosure, and this applies to any home that was built pre-1978. What this document is letting a potential buyer know is that any home built prior to 1978 may have had lead paint used inside the home at some point. It lets people know this because lead paint can be a danger to people if it is consumed. So as a home seller, this can seem overwhelming because you might be sitting in a house that you own that was built prior to 1978, but you've only owned it for a few years or not that long as well. You don't know who owned it before you or who owned it before that person, and you're like, I don't know if there's lead paint on the walls. I painted the walls when I came in. The person before me had painted the walls as well. And the reason I bring that up is that if you don't know, well then you don't know. And number two, a lot of times the lead paint concern has to do with people that are going to be stripping the paint off the walls, and especially if they're going to actually be consuming the paint chips and eating them. That's when lead paint is really going to have the greatest effect on somebody. You just have to make people aware that, hey, at some point somebody may have painted these walls. All right guys, I hope you learned a little bit more about some of the important documents you're going to need if you're selling your home as a for sale by owner. And again, remember, I know it can seem very overwhelming and daunting, but if you have any questions, you can always reach out to us, drop a comment, drop a DM. All right, if there's something in here that maybe we missed or we didn't cover and you need further clarification on. And also, again, remember, I am talking specifically about documents today that have to do with the state of Florida. Whatever state you may be in, check with a local real estate professional, check with a real estate attorney for the proper documents that you will need. If you don't know a local realtor in your area, as I said before, we know a ton of awesome jam-up realtors across the entire country. We mastermind with a lot of top producers across the country. So if you need somebody, we can definitely put you in contact with the right people, but you got to reach out to us. All right, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, however you like to communicate. I'm telling you, as a for sale by owner, we got your back when selling your home. So until next time, I'm Don Sprinkle, your for sale by owner expert, and I will talk to you later.